It's Scribbles and Doodles Layers, take 16, action.
So we've already shown you this new Scribbles and Doodles Soup collection in the introductory video, and we've back today layering, because Elizabeth is the layers queen, or the queen of layering, your choice. It's a very important part of the prints that she makes that she uses to paint with, and so it's a lot of what goes into her mindset when she's developing the stencil. She's thinking about little openings and big openings, but what we did this time was we brought in prior stencils from other collections. From I used one, not that you see me do it, but I used one Halftone Dorothy, which is one of my favorites. We used several from the various releases of patterns for layering. So there's always opportunities to create those layered prints.
And Lex Luthor.
And Lex Luthor.
Can't forget Lex Luthor, which is our code name for the Lux Loop stencil.
Yes, and if you say that without tripping, which you managed to do, then I congratulate you.
Yes.
I bow to your
A little tongue-tying.
Yes.
Yeah, so the layering is my thing, and it's always fun to combine the different collections because for me it's about the size of the pattern, right?
Yep.
So in this one, I had a lot of fun with all these warm colors and layering the Lux Loop with the Circle Doodle. So I'm going to show you how I did that, and we're going to talk a little bit about how it comes out different every single time.
Every single time.
I probably have 16 prints that are all different with the same paint and the same stencils and the same process.
In the time that you spent yesterday going back and forth, and she made herself crazy, I made about 15 other prints. But in all honesty, for me, it was wham bam, and I was done because I wasn't trying to recreate, as we like to say, they call it a monoprint for a reason.
Yes.
Because trying to recreate it can be a real bugger.
Yeah, I was trying to get it right, you know, and I didn't want to. Barb was like, I would have given up on that color combination 2 hours ago. But I was like, I'm going to figure it out.
And
so
she did. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I'm sharing this so that you know that it doesn't always work effortlessly for us either.
There was plenty of effort in
Yes.
this particular collection.
Anyway,
All right.
let's show them how to do it.
All right.
So as we film this in December in Sacramento, it's cold and gloomy outside. So I decided to make a warm colored print that kind of reminded me of fire in the fireplace, which would be nice about now.
It certainly would.
So this is me, my example that I made yesterday while I was messing around, and I layered some oranges and brown and a dark red, and I used 2 stencils. So the first stencil is one that you've seen before, and this is called Lux Loop, or also known as Lex Luthor.
Yes.
So this has been a favorite, which is awesome, with the spirally, circly shaped dots. So this is one of our layers, and this is a small pattern. Then the next layer is going to be Circle Doodle from my brand new collection of Scribbles and Doodles Soup. And this is going to be one with a medium pattern. So you have about medium size openings in this stencil. And I'm going to layer it with the small pattern stencil so that you have small dot pattern in the medium size openings. That's how I like to combine my layers. Let's see if you can see that. Maybe that's a little more clear. I don't know. But that's how I like to combine my layers with different size patterns. So that's why I chose for Lux Loop or Lex Luthor to be combined with this new design. Okay, so we've got these 2, and then I've got my 9x12 pad of Yasutomo Sketch rice paper. I'm going to take a sheet out of that. And we've got my 9x12 gel plate. So the first thing I did was I created a base sheet of a nice, warm, light, yellowy orange color. So that's going to be my base layer for this nice, warm print. And then the next layer that I'm going to do is with the Circle Doodle. My disclaimer here is that there is a reason why they're called monoprints. So we will get as close as we can to the example of this, but we're never going to get exactly the same thing. So for this first print of Circle Doodle, I'm going to do a ghost print. So I'm going to go slightly darker orange than the base sheet. because for collage, for my purposes, I try to create a sheet that every layer just gets a little bit darker, a little bit darker, a little bit darker. So they all sort of stay in a medium value. Barb will make higher contrast sheets because she's using them for different application. But in collage, I'm trying to create a medium value orange paper. So I don't want to have any colors that are a lot darker and a lot lighter together. So I'm trying to keep them close in value. So that means every layer is just a little bit darker. That's the goal. But don't get upset with yourself if you don't achieve it all the time, because even I don't achieve it all the time. Even I go a little too dark too fast. So this is an orange that is darker than the base orange. I'm going to put the stencil into that paint, 9x12 stencil, 9x12 plate. And then I'm going to take this 9x12 sheet of paper. Oh, not yet. First I need Barb to take I got to use my other sheet of paper, and I'm taking the paint out of the negative spaces so I can get a ghost print. So the ghost print is going to be the paint that's under the stencil when I pull this print. So the goal is to get as much paint out of the openings as you can so that those openings are blank for the next layer. So we're using a clean sheet of paper because that is going to pull up the most paint. And there we have it. So we're going to take now the circle doodle stencil off of the plate, and here's the ghost print. And I'm going to print that because it's a little bit slightly darker orange over this. So I've got that base sheet ready to go. And now I'm going to pull that ghost print. So here we have a nice subtle shift in value. So the ghost print is just a little bit darker than the base sheet. And that's the idea for me, so that I can stay in a similar value. All right. So then the next thing we're going to do is use Luxe Loop in a brownish color. So I've got Barb pick this one out for me.
That one's burnt sienna. Burnt
sienna, which is brown, but very warm brown. You know, it's kind of an orangey brown, kind of a nutmeg brown color. So I still have some orange in my brayer. So that's going to affect that a little bit. I'm going to stir that all up together. So the burnt sienna is going to be a little bit warmer because of the orange that was still wet in the brayer. Then I'm going to put Luxe Loop and my first layer print over the second layer. Now, sometimes people ask me, does it matter the order? Do you have to start with the small pattern and then layer over the top with the medium pattern? It doesn't really matter the order. You will get different results if you order the stencils in a different way. So you can do the same steps and change the order of the stencils and get a slightly different paper. Oh, that's great. Look at that. That worked out really well. We had a darker brown earlier, and it was kind of too high of a contrast. Okay, so there, look at that. That's perfect. Super good. Okay, so now we've got the ghost print of Luxe Loop, and I have another kind of light orange sheet that I'm just going to use to lift that, because this way we're not wasting any paper, and we'll actually get a second print out of this whole process.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's good.
Very sunny.
Yeah, it's very sunny. Let's see. I didn't get good pressure around the edges, though.
Oh, 10 demerits for you.
Yeah, so there's that. And like I said, this is a secondary print, and my plate's clean. So then I come back to Circle Doodle, and I'm going to come in with this red, kind of reddish color. That's not it. I'm going to put that out. And then again, I've got that orangey brown in my brayer from the previous layer, and we'll just mix that into this. Okay, so this time we'll use the positive print rather than the ghost print of this stencil. And I'm going to try to figure out which direction the print was in on this one, which is a little tricky because I want to print it in the other direction. So my ghost print.
I think that is that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Perfect. So I'm going to turn it around and print it this way. Just so that the circle doodle doesn't line up with itself or be close. I want it to be really opposite. So I'm flipping the paper so that we are printing the circle doodle in the opposite direction as the first time. Ooh, look at that.
That looks nice.
Oh, that looks really nice. Look at that. So, oh my goodness. Fantastic. That makes me so happy. And here's our original. No, yes. One of them.
Track.
We had several. There was another one around here somewhere.
Iterations.
Anyway, there was another one around here somewhere. And then we have this. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here's all the iterations. This one doesn't really count. You know, I've done this a few times now, practicing for this video, and you can see that even though I'm doing the same thing, I'm getting different results. So here was the darker brown, which I thought was too high of a contrast. So Barb chose this other brown, and I think it's, you know, keeps it all sort of towards a middle value. But one thing I just want to say, both of these are beautiful. But also that this, when I was working yesterday, I was using my 8x10 plate. And I know the 8x10 plate is totally fine, but check this out. I'm losing so much real estate around the edge. This could all be collage paper, but it's white, you know? So I love the 9x12 plate with the stencils and the paper because now I have a full sheet of collage paper rather than have to get rid of those white edges. So I do love the full print of this, and I hope that you
Before you finish,
yes?
I had an idea.
What?
Can you move these out of the way? Take this off and print it on here.
Oh,
just
yes.
for the heck of it.
Oh, well, why not?
Bossy.
So
I'm speaking
okay,
up, sorry.
bossy.
I know,
Here's
but-
our ghost print of the darker red color, and we can put it over this one. Yeah, why
And then I'll
not?
shut up.
And, no, you're right. And then we get a
I just
second.
thought it would be fun to see what it looked like kind of with a different mindset.
Well, and, you know, as a result of cleaning up, instead of wiping off with your paper towel or putting it onto a scrap paper or whatever you would call it, we can make a second print just by cleaning the plate with the paper. So sure, yeah, look at that. Oh, I lost my corner.
Uh-oh, you're in trouble.
I didn't.
You know, it's interesting. You talked about the order that you do things. My tendency is to go with the larger stencil last, like what you did here, but
Yeah.
your method gives you an entirely different look.
Well, I'll tell you what, that will work whether it's first or last as long as you use translucent paint. Because if you're using translucent colors, everything shows through each other. Like stained glass, like layers of stained glass or like watercolor, you'll see everything through each other. So then the order doesn't really matter. But if you're going to use an opaque paint, that will block out what's underneath it and it won't give you the same effect. You can see here that you can see, when I say translucent paint, you can see the brown dots through the red. Mm-hmm. And you can see the orangey through the brown dots. So the order will just give you different effects. But it has to be translucent paint so you can see through every layer. So, and then this is just totally different because it was my cleanup sheet. But yeah, I've got all kinds of warmth now, right?
Yeah, almost as good as a fireplace.
Almost as good as a fireplace. Well, I hope that fiery, hot, warm colored print makes you feel warm in your heart.
Well, it's Northern California and it's dank and overcast. There's not a, what did you say? It's been 3 weeks since the sun has been out?
It's been 3 weeks since we've seen the sun.
Yeah.
It's just gray.
Yeah, it's, we needed the warmth that came from the colors of the paint for sure.
Yes, definitely brightened the whole atmosphere around here.
Yes.
All right then.
We're set.
We're good. We'll see you
Okay.
back here next week.
Bye.